What's good, YouTube? This is Boxingwave, and we are back. Just gonna give you a quick recap of the fight. So, first of all, shout out to everyone that was here, man. The live was a completely different live. I told you guys it was gonna be a fight party. I had my family here, and there was a lot of arguing, a lot of stuff going on outside my typical commentary, fight by fight. We had drinks, we was smoking hookah, we was arguing about old boxing. Me and my dad. Shout out to everyone that came here, all my family. My sister was here, my niece was here, my dad, my uncle, my cousins. We had some people here. Nothing crazy because I wanted to be quiet enough so I could still give commentary. I know it was loud at some points, but it's all good, man. We had a good time, and that's what I wanted it to be, and that's the kind of fight it was to me. I didn't take the fight as seriously as most fights where I'm doing commentary for, simply because even though these two are high class fighters, Tank Davis, Ryan Garcia, it's a pay-per-view. It's being marketed as the biggest fight in boxing. I look at it as a fun fight. It's a fun fight. Not to disrespect either one of them because I think they're both talented. But I always thought that Tank was just on a different level. And I think he doesn't get the credit for being as technical as he is. I think he picks and chooses on, how he wants to, strategically take the fight. And I think Tank is much more technical than many believe. People think they see the knockouts and they think that he has to win by knockout. Where in this fight, he was winning damn near every round. I gave the sixth and the first to Ryan. I think the first round was just a swing round. It was just a filling out round. So I gave it to Ryan, but that's a round that could have easily just been a draw. The first round that I gave Ryan, really gave him, was the sixth round, and he ended up getting stopped in the seventh round. And by a body shot that was similar to the one he gave Luke Campbell. Okay, the seventh round. Let's talk about that real quick. Tank. I think Ryan threw a shot, and first of all, there was two knockdowns. It was a knockdown in the second round where Ryan came in. He threw a left hook. Tank dug underneath it and countered him with a left hook of himself, and he dropped Ryan. Ryan didn't seem to be really hurt by it though. It seemed like kind of the same situation he was with Luke Campbell, where he got dropped and he got back up and he was ready to go again. But the fourth, the third, the fourth, the fifth, I gave the Tank. I just thought that not only was, Tank, I just don't think that there was any point in this fight where Ryan was actually outboxing Tank. Even though Ryan had a clear size advantage, reach advantage, he just never seemed to be really fully in control of the fight. Tank was just technically too advanced for Ryan Garcia. He just, from a technical standpoint, it wasn't close. And again, it goes back to what I was saying. Tank knows who to fight, an exchanging back and forth fight like Hector Garcia or Leo Santa Cruz. He knows when to step it up, and this was one of the fights where he fought at the highest level, and Ryan was just out of his league. It is what it is, controlling the distance, the smaller guy with the lesser reach, the probing, the feints, the changing levels, it was just too much for Ryan. This was all set in a breakdown. I know many of you are going to go back. I know many of the Ryan fans are not going to go back because when they're wrong, they disappear, they ghost. But that's what all of these things were said in a breakdown. And even though Ryan is good, Ryan was not able to connect with the left hook. And without the left hook, it leaves him with the right hand, which he landed. You know, he landed some good body shots. He got in a few shots here and there, but it was never consistent. It was never a danger to Tank Davis. It just wasn't. And when Tank caught him with the left hook to the body, there was a delayed reaction. I think Ryan was trying to make it look like he wasn't hurt. He took a step back. He got back into his fighting stance. And then as Tank approached him, he took a knee. And when he took that knee, he never got back up. He was counted out. I was already reading comments saying that he quit. Whatever way you want to call it. Like, you can call him a quitter. I personally think he just could not continue. I don't think he could have got back up. I think he was badly hurt. When I saw the slow motion of it, it reminded me of Luke Campbell when he got caught with the same body shot and just could not continue. Everybody's talking about left hook, Ryan. He fought Javier Fortuna at 140. And yes, that left hook was crazy. It was crazy. We saw a left hook in that fight that dropped Javier Fortuna that was so fast that you couldn't even see it with the naked eye on real-time speed. But if you're preparing for a hook, which has Ryan, unfortunately, that's his weapon. That's when he wants to land. And when a fighter is doing everything that he could to stay away from that one shot, which is your best weapon and only one of the two weapons you have, it makes you very limited. And this is why I pick Tank, and this is why I betted so much on him winning by a knockout. You know, at the very end, a couple of days ago, I did throw a little bit in the mix for Ryan just in case he won a decision or a knockout, just to recover some of the loss or recoup some of the losses I would have taken if Tank lost a fight some way. But I was very confident in my pick, and it is what it is. You know, sometimes we get them, sometimes we don't get them, but I got them this week. I got them good, and it is what it is. You know, Tank. What I would like to see is Tank fight the winner of Devin Haney and Lomachenko. But to be honest, and as much as I do want that fight, I'm not trying to dismiss those two, because that fight is for undisputed. So that fight is very important to me, you know, because that is for the crowned champ. The fight that I want to see, and I said this earlier in my live way before the fight started, is I want to see Tank against Shakur Stevenson. That's one of my top 5 favorite fights. And that's not trying to dismiss Devin, because I know Devin has earned the right to be pound for pound. Based on the eye test, I don't think anyone beats Tank Davis unless it's Shakur. And I don't see anyone beating Shakur unless it's Tank. You know, that includes Devin Haney. That includes Lomachenko. That includes anybody else around 135 or lower. You know, but the fights still need to happen. I can tell you who I think is going to win. It's nothing but a prediction. I'm not trying to take anything away from Devin Haney or Lomachenko, but I really think Tank is that good. And I understand, like, no, he does not always fight the people I want to see him face. He usually doesn't fight the people I want to see him face. But at the same time, I know what I'm seeing, and I know how talented he really is. And I would love at some point for him to fight a Shakur or Devin Haney or Lomachenko, just to prove to the naysayers that he's as good as he is. You know, I can't wait to see what the pay-per-view numbers did. I'm a little disappointed that we didn't get a face-off between Crawford and Spence. I was kind of hoping that the fight would have been announced tonight, because this is a fight that everybody's eyes were on. There's a lot of celebrities that came out. The card overall was kind of weak, though. It was. The card overall was weak. It was just weak. And but I want to thank all of you that was here tonight. Everyone that came to the live, all the new subscribers, all the donators. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much for supporting this channel. Tonight was a wild night, because we were very, very, what's the word? I don't know. We did our channel. I did my channel like the way how we normally act when we're around each other and we're not getting filmed. There was points in the film in the live where I did have it on mute. But my family was here and we were acting as if we weren't getting recorded. And I told you guys, like, listen, it's gonna be a fight party. This is a fight party. This is not a fight commentary video. As far as Ryan Garcia, what happens next? Well, I hope he just doesn't quit. Losing the Tank doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You lost to one of the best fighters, a guy that had way more experience than you. It doesn't mean it's over. But what I will say for Ryan, if he is going to continue fighting, you gotta have to expand on your game. Because once the left hook didn't work, you were very limited. For a guy that was taller and rangier, you couldn't even land more jabs. Tank was easily able to get in range and constantly land jabs and straight left hands to your body and up top. For a guy that is known to be a hooker, Tank out hooked you, out jabbed you, out everything. He was just better. It didn't matter if you were coming forward or you were going backwards. Tank out danked you. He out beat you in every way imaginable. So it's time for you to expand on your game. If you are motivated and you really want to be an elite fighter, it's time to expand on your game. The loss is not the end of the world. It's not like, oh, he lost, he sucks now. No, it doesn't work that way. It's time to expand on your game. You need more weapons. You need to have an inside game. You're not comfortable in fighting in the pocket. I noticed that in the 5th round, was it? The 5th or 6th, every time Tank got in your space, you just clammed up. You're not comfortable in fighting on the inside. You need to expand your game if you want to be great. I think Ryan can potentially beat some of these other top fighters at 135, if he stays there. At 140, it's going to be even tougher because now you won't have the size advantage. But expand on your game, whether it's with Goosen or whoever you choose to go to. Expand on your game. Not a bad performance. It's just that there's levels. And Tank, feel out whatever way you feel about him. You might not like him as a person, which is fine. You might not like who he faces, which is fine. I've been very critical of him over the years because I wanted to see the Lomachenko fight. I want to see the Teofimo fight. I wanted to see Devin Haney, and now I even want to see Shakur. But he levels up depending on who he's facing, and he showed us that tonight. Again, shout out to the everybody who was on the live. It was a different live, but we were just having a good time here. My family's here, and we were just being us. And I think many of you loved it, and I'm sure there was people that turned off. I think certain people, certain moments, there would be like 30, 40 people that would leave the chat. Maybe it was because I just wasn't showing a fight. I don't know, but it was a different kind of live. We was having fun. We were talking about TV shows and cars and all this kind of stuff. We just had a good time. We had a good time. If you are new again, please welcome. Welcome to the channel. Hope you like what we do here. You know, it's a community here. There's a lot of people that subscribe to the channel that are that been around for a long time. We like to have fun. You know, we like to talk trash to each other. But we are educated boxing fans here. You know, and for the most part. All right. Yeah. So I think I said what I said. Tank, let's get him against the winner of Loma and Devin Haney. I think that's fair. That's a little harder to decide on. You know, it's a lot harder. But that breakdown will be on the way. And Ryan, just, you know, if you don't have it in you anymore and you want to leave the sport, that's on you. But if you decide to stay, just know that you got to expand on your game. And I think that's it. You know, I was reading some comments that people had a lot of issues with the zone. I guess the zone, it kept skipping and kept freezing. I don't know. I can't help you with that. You know, I ordered the pay-per-view on Showtime because Showtime, the fight was on Showtime. Like, as far as the promoters, this was a Showtime PBC event. And I felt like, I think it was the best idea to order it on Showtime because it was their event. They were the A side. And honestly, I believe that they are the better broadcaster. All right. I'm not saying they have the better. I don't think they have the better selection of fighters, or I don't think they are better, you know, promoters or whatever. I'm not even talking about from a political stance. I'm talking about Showtime was showing a fight. It was a Showtime event. It was co-promoted with the Zone, but it's Showtime. And I ordered it on Showtime, and I had no issues with Showtime. All right. If it was a DAZN event, I would have ordered it on DAZN. All right. That's it. And I got my money. I kept saying, "Give me my money." I got my money. All right. So we'll be talking more about this, but I do want to go straight into some of the other fights that's coming up. All right. Let me know what you think of the fight in the comments. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, smash the like button on the video, share the video, and all that. Hit me on my Twitter. And one last thing, thank you for the people that has been supporting me for all this time. Some of you guys has been here for a really, really long time. I appreciate you guys supporting me, man. I really do. Really do. Especially you donators out there. You guys that donate. I got a lot of donations on camera and off on like Snapchat. I'm not Snapchat, on the Cashapp. I appreciate you guys doing that for me. All right. I'm gonna get some rest, man. Y'all have an amazing rest of the weekend. I probably won't. You guys probably won't see me until Monday or Tuesday. I don't know, unless I have time to get on. But I'm out of here, man. Y'all have a good night. Peace. And I'll see you on the next one. All right, later.